recently, some big news. Okay, recently we ran into a gentleman whose identity remains indisclosed or disclosed, whatever you want to say. He found some of the treasure that is allegedly part of the Old House Woods stash. Now, Old House Woods is an old legend. It's an old legend. Linda's going to tell you a little bit about that. But before we do, for the 5 minutes that she's talking, what do you say? Well, 5 minutes. 5 minutes with the candy cane. And then we'll leave Linda some room when she's done talking. You may want to drink that so she can fill it up with milk if you're... okay.
Yeah, I don't like milk.
All right. Oh. Then shall we? So this is a look here at the world's hottest candy cane. Go ahead, Will. Snatch that one up there. The challenge is just to keep it in your mouth, preferably the curved end, for...
It doesn't smell like anything.
5 minutes. 5 minutes. So smell it.
Wait, what am I doing?
However you want to. The goal is to keep it in your mouth for 5 minutes. Okay, so we're going to start a timer here. And it should take Linda about 5 minutes to tell the Old House Woods story.
Right.
Okay,
if I can even tell it while y'all are slobbering.
Of Old House Woods. There's a lot of legends of Old House Woods.
A lot of legends. Okay, so timer. Hold on, I'm gonna set a timer actually for this, so we can just hear it go off.
Yes.
And we can hear that beep of relief. Ready? So this isn't gonna be that hot. It's not gonna be as bad.
Wait, I need to have a drink. For when I'm done.
Yeah. Do you want?
What do you want?
You know what? I'll go get it real quick. And then I'll,
Okay. You gonna get it?
Yeah, I'll put it in my mouth.
There's...
No, I don't trust you.
Sodas...
We'll wait till you come back.
I'll put some water in it.
Yeah, I was going to say, there's sodas in the fridge. There's all kinds of stuff in the fridge if you want it.
It's going to go good with the coffee.
Now, somebody had been asking during the thing, are spirits more active during Christmas? And that's something that we started talking about right at the beginning of the video. And we're not real sure if they're more active during Christmas. That's supposedly a time when the veil is very thin. And it could be that they're more active, or it could just be that they're more attracted to the living because there's so many living people in and around the house and so much energy around the house during the holidays. So, one way or the other, it does seem like there's a little bit of heightened activity, paranormal activity during the holidays. So, looks like he has the soda.
Don't touch your eyes with the fingers that you touch the candy cane with.
Or anything else on
Or anything.
I can't use the bathroom.
I would.
Not until you wash your hands.
Ready?
Cheers.
Hold on, let's get the timer going here. Okay. Cheers.
Will's gonna start
and
cheering
go.
So. What?
Yeah.
Oh, jeez. So, Old House Woods. Wait to see the reaction here. So, Old House Woods is an extremely dense forest that is out along the coast, along the Chesapeake Bay, and a fascinating place. The legends there go back 200 years or more. Supposedly, pirates came on shore and buried a treasure out there. Now, there's a couple legends associated with it, couple versions of the story. Some people say that it is Cornwallis who actually stuffed all of the treasure down inside a cannon and took the cannon and buried it in one of the local cemeteries. Some people say it was Lord Dunmore when he, I believe, fled Williamsburg, that had put his treasure out there. And the story is that these pirates went back out to sea after they had buried their treasure there. And a big storm kicked up, and they were either lost at sea or sunk by maybe the Spanish. But whatever the case is, they ended up coming back again and again and again in spirit form to be able to guard their treasure. Now, people have seen this kind of Spanish galleon-looking ship coming up through what's called White's Creek, and it goes up past this guy in a little John boat, goes up into the woods, moors up in the woods, and a rope ladder comes down the side. And this man in the John boat sitting there watching this at about sundown, and men start coming down off of the rope ladder. They descend down into the woods.
It's so hot.
And all of a sudden he starts hearing this clanging of shovels and men speaking and talking. And then there's a light, a green glowing light that emanates from that section of the woods. And, so not only have these pirates and the pirate ship being seen, but there's also the story of a man whose neighbor got sick, and the neighbor came over and said, you know, could you go to the doctor for me? So the man hitches up the wagon, goes into town, and on his way into town, he's going through Old House Woods.
Halfway there.
When they came, so when they come up to these men by the side of the road, kind of in the ditch, and as they drew closer, the horse slowed down. The horse obviously did not want to go close to these guys. He tried to urge them on a little bit, tried to get them to go a little bit faster. And the horse would not go near these guys. He dead stopped in the middle of the road. So just about that time, one of these men turned around and looked at the man sitting in his horse-drawn carriage and started approaching him with a sword up, and he realized that this was a skeleton wearing a suit of armor coming towards him. And just as he raised up his sword, the man fell back, the horse bucked, the man fell back in his wagon, hit the back of his head, and was out cold. Now he woke up the following morning in his bed, thinking that perhaps this was just a dream, but the horse that had taken him out there the night before would never go near that spot ever again. So he knew there was something to the story, that it wasn't just a dream. But people have gone out there many times. People have disappeared out there. And the last one, I believe, was in the early 1900s.
Something like that.
There was a man who went out looking for the treasure and was never seen again. Fortunately, this man who showed us the coins did make it out of the woods, and I think if anybody could make it out of the woods, it would have been that guy, you know. But he came out with a handful of these coins. You're sweating. You're red.
26 more seconds to go.
26 seconds. Well, we knew Jeff was going to win the challenge.
I wasn't sure. I made these.
I know. Nobody else has ever made a really super hot candy cane. Jeff is the first, and I'm pretty proud of him for doing that. I thought it was a strange idea at the beginning, but you know, the more I thought about it, the more I figured the peppermint and the hot peppers would go together quite well.
Oh. Oh! I feel like my mouth is bleeding.
So we got some comments here. Mary McDonald said, has this been on long? Since about 8:30 we've been going. So you still have a little bit of time. Merry Christmas to everybody. Poor Will, yes, I know.
Poor Jeff.
We make him suffer through this stuff. Jeff's taste buds are already like half dead, so he doesn't feel it quite as much as Will does, really. So the coins he found, I'm not a coin expert by any means, but the coins that he found had like a little square hole in the very center of it, and they were of course very dirty. He hadn't made any attempt to try to clean them off or anything, but you could tell just that they were extremely old. And some of them looked like they could have been Asian, like Asian writing on them. Some of them very well could have been some other, you know, maybe Middle Eastern writing.
I don't know if you can
tell. Oh,
tell.
You got a picture there?
Yeah.
Good.
That's what they look like.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
I know.
I gotta say, Jeff, that was hotter than the world's hottest chip.
It was hotter than the world's hottest chip. Yeah.
Oh.
That did some damage.
Yeah, and that was Carolina Reaper pepper.
Yeah.
Correct? Yeah. Yeah, he was trying to get as hot as he possibly could. So I'm not sure that the Carolina Reaper is the hottest. I think the Trinidad Scorpion pepper or something is the hottest. But whatever the case is, it was
the
pretty
Carolina Reaper pepper. It's like 200,000 times hotter. This is supposed to be a trick.
What is that?
It's orange marmalade.
Okay.
Right? Now, what I heard, shout out to our friend Mark, he said jelly will help.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I don't have jelly, but I have orange marmalade, so let's see what helps or makes it worse. Orange pills are like flammable.
That's terrible.
You know what? Yeah.
Did it make it better?
Yeah, it like coated my tongue.
Mark. Thank you, Mark. Oh, that's nice.
It immediately
That's
comes
cool.
back.
Yeah.
Does it?
Yeah.
So you just need to hold the jelly in your mouth. Pretty much.
Yeah. Something like that. Oh, man.
Yeah. Yeah, see, that's why I don't do that stuff. That's just like torture.
That was brutal.
Yeah, I'm sure. Yeah, people that do that sort of thing, they have to have somewhat of a masochistic nature.
That was just sick.
Yeah.
That was sick.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
You should set that up at the stand next year in Yorktown for the marketplace.
Yeah.
People come up, try candy canes.
I'll get banned.
Yeah. Or you might be the most popular guy at the festival. You
Yeah.
never know. It could go either way.